Alright, yo. We on Rant and Ride number 4. I'm leaving work right now. Literally, see it behind me. And I'm putting it behind me. Putting it in my past. Bro, I woke up. Alright, let me go back. I was sick earlier because I recorded a video yesterday. And I did something I don't usually do. I just started recording without double checking the mic. And of course, the one time I do that, no audio. So 15-minute video, no audio. And I didn't even see that it had no audio until at 1 o'clock last night, 1 o'clock this morning, when I was ready to upload. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was so trusting, but it's all good. It actually just gave me more time to think about what I wanted to talk about today. And it's not gonna be a long video, but something that I think can really like help. That I know helps me when thinking about. And I was talking to my coworker. And I was just asking his opinion. He was like, "What do you do, Rashad? You just sit and think? You just think about this stuff?" And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, bro. Literally." But the title of today's video is gonna be, I think I'm gonna call it, "The Apple Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree." And also I wanted to call it, "The Apple Doesn't Fall from the Tree at All." But we're just gonna do "Doesn't Fall Far from the Tree." And what I'm gonna do is, I'm hoping that this traffic isn't too loud right here. I'm about to cross the street. But I just want surprise. You're the apple. You're the apple and God is the tree. The universe is the tree. Spirit is the tree. The all is the tree. Whatever that single force is that's creating us, that created us and is continuing this picture or this life or this stage or this movie that we're all living. You're not far from that. And so I wanted to talk about how the reality is there aren't two powers fighting against each other. It's not good and evil. And it's not your everyday struggle between good and evil. It's only one power. We got to go. It's only one power. Oh, shit. It's only one power. And with that power, you have to realize it's always working for you. You just don't understand everything because you aren't that power. You aren't God. So you're not going to understand why certain things play out the way that they do. It's always up to our perception of what's going on, our perception of the situation. It's never actually the situation. And I'm gonna butcher it, but it's something in I think it was the Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, where he talks about how his son, I know I'm gonna butcher it, but basically it was a master and his son got kicked by a horse or something and broke his legs. And they thought, wow, this is terrible. He won't be able to farm. He won't be able to tend to the farm and do everything, X, Y, and Z. Then all of a sudden, the emperor said that any soldier, any young man was needed for war. So now, because this boy's legs were broken, he didn't have to be taken away from his father to go to war. And there's like 3 other iterations of what happens, of how you can never truly understand if something is good or bad. It's just your perception. So I know I'm butchering that shit, but I say that to say that's how everything is on a day-to-day life. Your car broke down. Oh my God, you're about to fold and just die. You're about to fold and cry up in yourself. Oh, it's so terrible. The world is ending. But you don't know what that's about to lead you to. You might be getting a new car. You might meet someone along the way of getting your car fixed. that's about to dramatically change your life. You don't know what's on the other side of all these things that are just playing out, you know? And that reality is something that you can actually find power in, because there's only one power. Your creator has a plan for you. It's written. It's already written, you know? And all you're doing is showing up and being a conduit for what those plans already are. It's not up to you. It's not up to you. You don't have to attribute so much meaning on circumstances. They just happen. Things just happen. But know that you're still connected. You aren't, at no point are you separate from your creator. At no point are you truly subject to pain. And I think about, because when you say pain, I think about just trials and tribulations, right? All the times where things have happened in my life that I felt like this was the worst. And I'm sure it's other people that can agree with it. Like, this is the worst thing ever. In that moment, that feels so real to you. You know, you can be paralyzed by that anxiety, that indecision. It feels so real. But reflecting back, and I think a lot of us can agree, some of those moments, they led us to transformation. They led us to growth. They led us to new chapters. And even they just led us to resilience, to show us that, okay, I thought that was the worst. I thought my life was over there. Wow, how can I continue to think that things are over and that everyday humdrum situations are such a big deal when I overcame that? You gotta look at your own resilience. And I saw another video. They talked about be a warrior. Stop being a warrior. Because if you're just spinning yourself in thought and not realizing that, okay, everything's worked out before. But I really want you to think. Take what you wanted to happen out of it and look at only what happened. Did everything work out? I guarantee it did. But it's not always what you want. And that's why you have to really think about it. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You're the apple. God's the tree. Spirit's the tree. You don't get to decide each thing, right? You're a product of the apple. But just know you're not far from God. And I use fall from the tree just because that's a simple thing. We've heard that before. But I want to go one step further and say the apple never falls from the tree. Which, okay, if we're eating apples, yeah, you know, it's detached. But in the sense of you're never truly detached from God. You're never truly detached from spirit. Look around you. It's in everything. All things. Always. It's permeating everything. So it's like, but you have to get real serious about seeing it. Because if you're creating divides of here's where God is, and then, because, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll say, this day is God's day, Sunday. Here's where I praise God. And then go to work Monday, our problems come back. We're right back into the humdrum. And all of a sudden, God's nowhere near. God doesn't care about my day-to-day. It's only when I'm in a crisis that I can call out to God. No. You're one of God's creations. You're within the spirit at all times. Whether you know that now or not, your awareness of it, that doesn't change the reality. You're already within the movie. It's no getting out of that. You're in the movie. You know, just realize, okay, I'm an actor in a movie. That's it. And my ability is to maintain my emotion, maintain my role, and engage to the best of my ability. That's it. Just engage with the movie. It's not too much else to do. And I'm telling you, an easy practice, an easy way to notice that you're not far from the tree. Look around you, talk and engage. Look at my other video. Engage. If you want to see God, go talk to people. Get out, walk around, breathe, see, it's all around you. Stop thinking that you have the control of all of your small circumstances. You don't. Something much bigger has. And it's a weight off your shoulders too. Something much greater is controlling all of this shit for you. You ever had something happen where you spent so much time worrying about a problem that in the end, it almost just works itself out? You know, somebody appears and all of a sudden it's just the perfect, hey lady, the perfect puzzle piece that you needed to figure this thing out. Or, I don't know, you find the thing you needed, you've been looking for. You know, we've all had those situations where it's like, it's phoned in at the last second. A lot of times after we've given up. And I'll posit, giving up doesn't always have to be negative. Giving up can also be giving to God, giving faith, leaning into faith, not leaning into defeat, but leaning into faith. I'm not down and out because I know my Creator's not down and out. My Creator is obviously flourishing. Look at everything around me. So I'm not giving up yet. So that's really the thoughts of today. And the takeaways would be, just recognize that you exist within all of this creation. You are a character in the greatest movie ever. You know? And it takes for you to recognize in that moment that there's something much bigger assisting you. It's not all just up to you. The weight of the world does not have to be on your shoulders. It's not up to you. You're just a character, you know? So it's like, all right, well, whatever your character attributes are, your characteristics are right now, do you like them? If you don't, change them to the character you want, and then continue to play that role. We spin ourselves around too much when it's like, okay, decide what you want to be, start leaning towards that, and then watch how God's going to take over and continue writing for you. You know, the director is going to tell you, hey, you're not acting the way I want you to be. I need this. Watch and just listen. Because the clues will be around you in day-to-day life. But are you showing up ready to engage once it's presented itself? A lot of people aren't. You're not far from the tree. I promise you. So that's my thought process today. I'm about to bring it on home. I got a bag full of fruit and coconut water cans, and a coworker gave me a bunch of Powerades. So I'm about to drop this off. I did 30 miles yesterday, which is just showing me that, like, even that's nothing. That's nothing, because it's not all my power. It's a power that's bigger than me, stronger than me, that's doing it. So, because I remember my longest distance was I did 20 miles the other day with my sister, and then before that I did an 18 mile with my granddad, and I thought that was crazy. But I don't know. The power is not all ours. So don't get lost trying to take credit. And I had to do another video on that. Don't try to take too much credit for God's power. You know? So, all right, I'll holler at y'all later.